What up, YouTube? It's your boy Penny LS1 checking in real quick. I want to go over a few things on Project SS, aka mini skirt. As y'all know, I did put the Ring Brothers hood hinges on. I got it adjusted somewhat. It still needs a little bit more adjusting to get it level. I'll show you here in a minute. And then I also put together my headlights. I went ahead and put all that back together. I had a whole bunch of footage that I'm not going to be able to use. Long story short, so I'm making this video just kind of show y'all what I've done. Basically, I got all this footage that I recorded on the new iPhone 15 Pro Max, but I shot it in ProRes. If anybody knows what that is, the files are so large I'm not able to edit on my iPad. So I'm reshooting. Well, I'm not really reshooting. I'm shooting this video just to kind of give you a summary of what I did. And if I'm able to, I'll try to put B-roll footage of that of the footage that I can't use because it's so large. I'll try to take snippets and just use it as B-roll to show you as I'm talking about certain things. That way you'll have a visual of what I'm talking about. So first, let me show you the hood. I'll show you the alignment that I got so far. The bumper's not bolted on yet. It's just sitting up there. But you can see from the side, the hood is not completely level with the fender. It gets even worse when you go back towards this way. And right here, it's not level with the fender. So it was worse than this. It was way up here. So it's not hard to do because the bolts, the brackets have slots. So all you gotta do is loosen the bolt and the bracket will adjust. The problem is you can't do it by yourself because you gotta put tension on the hood to push it so that this goes down. Then you gotta hold it there and tighten the screw. So like I said, I'll get my brother over here and we'll get that taken care of. And then on this side, same thing. It's closer than I had it originally, and then you can also see that gap. I'll show you, but you see how it's not flush with the fender. And then also, if you look at the gap, this one, it's got a really wide gap. And if you look at the passenger side, it's not touching, but it's close. It's probably closer than it should be, so I can see if I can shift it over to the driver's side some to get those even. But it does, like I say, it does pop with no problem. Let me pop it for you. And also, while I'm in here, I did go ahead and put the computer in its final resting spot. So like I said, the computer will be right there if you see it right in front of the gear shifter. I'm gonna build a console and I'm gonna basically build it to where the console will cover that part. So that's where that is. But let me pop the hood. So it does pop pretty good. It's still heavy. It's just once you get it up, the shocks do a pretty good job. And they lift it up higher than normal. So that's a good thing. So I'm gonna show you what I was talking about on the hinges as far as the adjustability. So what you really see how you can see that, but this hole is an oval, so it's slotted. So that allows you to loosen that bolt, and then you can push the hood, push this part down, and it'll close that gap. Same thing on this one. So as you can see, I've tore up the fender right here, the paint. I mean, I was pretty mad when it happened, but I painted it myself, so if I need to, I can respray it. But that was because I was trying to do it by myself, and I was just moving it, and it kept scraping, because I wasn't able to hold it in place while I was tightening it. Same thing up here on the top part. Now this is adjusted as forward as it can go. Now I don't remember before I took the hood off, but there's a gap. The hood only comes to about right here. So I got to look at some pictures to see, because I don't remember if it went all the way to the edge or not. But it's pushed far as forward as it can go, as far as that goes. Same thing over here. I jacked up a little bit of the paint right there, you know. And then same thing, like I say, as far as the bolts go, everything's adjustable. So this one, I actually got this part, but I need to play with this one. As you can see, there's a big gap on that from here to here. So we'll get that adjusted, but it is better than it was when I first put it on there. But we coming along. But I did go ahead, like I say, put my headlights back together. I was missing this piece right here. So what I ended up doing was ordering a used, hold on, I'm trying to make sure this microphone ain't making fuzzy noises. I ordered a used headlamp assembly off of eBay because I could not find that divider. That did come in, so I have that. Like I said, that side was missing, and then that one was already on there. So the headlights on here are original style, so they're aftermarket. The lenses are glass, so it is a glass lens. The back is metal, and it is a Octane is the company. Hold on real quick. So the headlamps are Octane. That's the company. If you can see the logo right there in the middle. And these lenses are DOT approved. So 4x6 original style. They do take a H4 bulb. Now this kit actually came with the harness. They have some newer ones that say the harness is not necessary. So this one came with harness and relays. The relays are right here. So it does run off a relay. And from what I was told is that it takes some stress off the light switch for whatever. So I'm running that now, and I think I have 5,000 Kelvin is the color temperature on the bulb, so they're bright white. And then down below, I did replace those lenses. They were broke. They were actually zip tied to the bumper support when I got the car. So I just put those on last week. The bulb in there, it looks orange. As you can see, it is a LED, but it's a switchback bulb. So it shines white, but it blinks orange when you turn the signal and hazards on. So now I'm in the process of finna get ready to put this bumper on. I did have to order new brackets for this right here. The one on the driver's side, one of the screws or one of the one of the nuts were seized. So when I tried to take it off, it actually broke the stud. And as you know, that's needed to hold that up. Now I did have to get new hardware for the headlight. Let me take this bumper off and show you. Hold on. All right, so for those who don't know, or in case you don't know, the bumper has these metal brackets that mount to the actual cover. So this is metal right here. So that way when you put the bolts in through the fender, it has something to clamp onto and not break through the plastic. So I actually had to buy a new set, and all I needed was one piece, but you couldn't get it just one. So these are the original ones right here. So it was this piece right here. That stud broke off. So I ordered it. I couldn't find these. I mean, I probably could have found them used, just these two pieces, but I went ahead and ordered the whole kit. Now the difference with the aftermarket kit and the original one is this piece right here, the short one, and the piece that I was just showing you that's on the bumper. They both have this little tab right here. So once you stick it on the bumper, you bend that down, and this holds onto the bumper. Whereas the new ones, they don't have that at all. So I'm actually going to reuse this bracket and the one that's already on the bumper. I'm only going to be using this one right here, the replacement one, and that's only because I need this stud. So, but let me show you the headlights up close and personal. And another thing I want to point out, since I'm on this side, is my overflow can. A lot of people was asking me where I was going to put, or where was my coolant reservoir. This is it right here. This is what came with the Griffin radiator. I just painted it black when I was painting everything, and I mounted it to the side of the airbox with a M8 nutsert and bolt. So that holds that right there. The hose isn't on it yet. Actually, the bottom hose is on. I just need to put the top hose on. But that did come with it didn't come with, but it was part of the Griffin radiator package that I bought. That was separate. But so that's their overflow tank. So as far as the headlights, I had to replace all the adjuster screws. I got those screws, adjuster screws, and the those brackets for the bumper from Mike's Montes. So all these right here. So all these are brand new. I still need to get new buckets because some of these are kind of rusted out, and I don't know. See how that one is barely hanging on there? When I try to adjust it, it like bends the metal. But it's holding in. Now all these other screws I got from Ace Hardware, like the ones that's holding the rings in, and the ones that are holding this piece in, I got those from the hardware store. So I replaced those bolts because I couldn't find but 2 of them, so I had to get new ones. These bolts right here, this fender actually has nut certs in it, as you can see right there. The one on the driver's side is an aftermarket. It didn't have no nut certs, so I'll put the video up if I can get it to work. But I had to put my own nut certs in there, and to get this, because that's what holds the light to the side of the fender. So this new fender didn't come. It had the proper holes. It just didn't have no nut certs in there, so I had to put my own in. So no big deal. So I'm gonna turn them on for you so you can see. I might have to start it up because I don't think the blinkers work unless the car is running. So I want to show you the switchback light. So let me put the bumper back on. I'm gonna start it up, and then I'm gonna turn the signals on. I think one of them wasn't working when I tried it yesterday. So let me see. I'm trying to start it. It's been sitting here for a few days, and I've been running the headlight, so it might not start. Let me see. Oh, nah. All right, let me grab my jump box real quick out of the Malibu. We'll get it started up and turn these lights on. All right, we got the jump pack on there. Let's see if she'll start. She better. I don't feel like fooling around with it. All right, I'm gonna let it run for a little bit, charge up. Come on. Not bad, huh? Let me turn the high beams on. Hold on. Y'all see it's blinking. I need to get I have a flasher, I just haven't put it in there yet. The LED flasher. So I just need to get that. And this other one right here, I don't think it blinks. Let me see. It wasn't blinking the other day. Yeah, see, it's not blinking. So I gotta figure out what's going on with that bulb. Let me see. See if I can get that bulb working. Is it still on? Hold on. It's still blinking, right? Oh, it's not. Is it clicking? It might not be clicking. Oh, there you go. All right. Well, it was loose. So there you go. So you can see both switchbacks working. So they run white, and then they'll blink orange or amber for the turn signals and the hazards. But I still need to, I do need to put the LED flasher in there so that they don't blink. As you can see, it's blinking kind of fast. It's not supposed to blink that fast. But yeah, not bad for a rookie, huh? Got the LED switchbacks, LED high beam and low beam. As soon as I bolt this bumper on, we'll be ready to go for a ride. Well, let me take that back. I got a issue with my brakes. Let me turn the car off and I'll explain. All right, so before I can take it for a drive, I do need to bleed. I bled the brakes using this power bleeder right here. I'll put a link in the description for this one. I ordered it on Amazon. If you have the same master cylinder that I have, and if you order this exact same power bleeder, the adapter that comes with this one fits. I ordered a separate one because I didn't know what size the master cylinder reservoir was, but this one actually fits. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description for this exact model. But if you have this Wilwood GM reservoir or master cylinder, it fits directly on here. That thing works perfect with bleeding this master cylinder. Well, bleeding the brakes. I bled the master cylinder on the bench by hand, but once I put it on here and hooked up that power bleeder, you pump it up to about 15-20 psi, crack your bleeder valves, and man, fluid comes right out. The only issue I had was with the drums in the rear, the driver's side rear. I couldn't get any fluid to come out. I'm talking about zero. So I had, I thought maybe the bleeder valve was rusted or clogged up. So I took the valve or the bleeder screw completely out and still didn't get any fluid coming out of that drum. So I'm assuming the cylinder is clogged up or rusted. So what I'm gonna do when I get back under there, probably this weekend, I'm gonna take the line, the hard line off the cylinder and see if fluid comes out the line. I was able to get the passenger side to bleed perfectly fine, but nothing going to the driver's side rear. So I went ahead and bled the front just to get the job done, and I went back around a second time and still couldn't get nothing to come out of that driver's side rear. But I do have a firm paddle, so the brakes do work. I haven't pulled it out yet, but I know that wheel is either locked or it's going to lock, because it did that the last time I drove it. When I stepped on the brake, that wheel started smoking. So I'll jack it up and check it. I didn't even check it and try to turn the wheel with it on the jack since I wasn't even thinking. So I'll do that. So that's where we at, man. Making progress. Like I said, I'm gonna bolt this bumper on here, and I'm trying to think if there's anything I need to do before I put this bumper on. I don't think I do, because I was waiting. Only thing I was waiting on was to put the headlights on. So that's done. So I'll probably go ahead and bolt this bumper on, and then I'll double check that rear brake, because let me talk to you. So I guess what it's gonna come down to with those rear brakes is if I've got to replace the drum brakes, I'm not gonna do that. I already priced the kit, the drum brakes, about $124 for both sides, but I was already going to do the disc conversion anyway. So if I've got to replace the drums, I might as well go ahead and do the disc conversion. So that's why I wasn't too worried about it, but I still need to double check, make sure I got fluid coming out of that line, make sure it's not clogged up anywhere else. So we'll do that before I make a decision on brakes. I do have the Blazer calibers. I just don't have the backing plate yet. So I think I have one on my eBay watch list. A guy bought some at the yard and he couldn't use them for his project. So he's selling them for like 140 or 90 actually, 90 for both of them, and $40 shipping, so about 130, which is better than what I've seen. I've seen them going for $200 a piece for each side. So we'll do that. If I've got to replace the drum brakes, I'll just go ahead and swap it out with the disc, or the disc brakes. So, but that's it for now, man. Check me out if you haven't already. Check me out on Instagram and TikTok at PennyLS1. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell so you're notified when I'm dropping these videos. And pray for your boy, man. Stay on the lookout. PennyLS1. I'll let you boy.
guys, this is Granddad. Call it a check on, see how you doing.